Is it a gun that sucks balls?
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome today.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Like dick piercing?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
I'll just kill some random dude.
His wish is a blowjob.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail, with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap,
I can do 20 pull-ups, like not in a row or anything.
and on the other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
All I know is my gut says maybe.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, any of you boys smithies? Or if not smithies per se, were you otherwise trained in the metallurgic arts before straitened circumstances forced you into a life of aimless wandering? Welcome to Plotty Time.
Yeah, he's always saying that. It's so
Yeah.
fucking long.
It gets old how often I say that. But let's start with, we got a couple of things for the correction crevice from last week.
What?
We did A Link to the Past last week. So
I'm glad you reminded me.
obviously I'm telling the viewers that. It's not like we all forgot
Yeah.
last week we did it. That'd be silly. But one little slip up I made, Tyler Labine. We discussed him in the film No Escape Room, or Escape Room. One of those two. I had mentioned he played Tucker. He actually played Dale. Tucker was Alan Tudyk.
Oh my God! How did we
Gotta clear
not?
that little one up.
Of course,
Aaron.
a Poppascotch fucker.
How did we not catch it though?
Because I don't listen to him.
The other one we forgot to mention is the flying T-shirt guy.
Yeah.
Chump Slap's favorite boss. His name is Blind the Thief.
Blind the thief.
Yes.
That doesn't explain the T-shirt.
I was completely confused on flying T-shirt guy. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I remember him vividly.
He's like a red devil with like a huge oversized white T-shirt, like a nightshirt.
Yeah.
I just assume he's on a commune.
Well, I thought it was like a cloak or something, like a monk would wear or a wizard, but it was very form-fitting. It was a T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the last piece we have is we talked a little bit about the concept of New Game Plus.
Yes.
And if this was the first game to do that. So history is kind of undecided on this because the actual term New Game Plus wasn't used until Chrono Trigger, which came out in 1995 for Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
The game had multiple endings. You could use New Game Plus as a requirement to see a lot of the different endings. And it's kind of considered a second quest, but more like also like a different... There's so many weird...
Nuances.
Yeah, it's very stupid, but definitely Legend of Zelda was the first, actually the second game to have... No. Well, it's tough. Ghosts and Goblins has a similar thing. They have a second quest.
Okay.
That came out in the arcade September 19th, 1985, which I'm not sure if that was the exact same game because the NES version came out June 13th, 86. Legend of Zelda was February 21st, 1986.
Oh, so first console game
First console game
with
to have a second quest, or the early version of a New Game Plus. I'm just going to call it New Game Plus.
yeah.
Let's say it's the
Let's
first
just go
game.
with it.
I mean, but that's it. That's all I got for the correction crevice.
Are you sure?
Why, you got something?
No, not at all.
Nope.
Okay.
Got nothing.
I mean, I'm sure we made several other mistakes, but they slipped past me during editing.
That's
so,
fine.
So let's move on then to our favorite segment of every week. What we play, what we watch, what we doing. Let's start with you, Dr. Syintist.
What did I do? I played Eichenfell. Finished it. It was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I played another game called Soma.
Is that like horror game?
Yeah, it's kind of like a walking sim horror game. You play this guy and you go to get your head examined because you've been in an accident, and then you wake up in the bottom of the ocean.
I always wanted to play it because it looked like it had a cool story to it.
It is. It's all right. It's pretty good.
Is that one of the free games they gave us recently?
It may very well may be.
Okay.
And I watched the last season of Discovery. It was pretty good. Not as good as the first season or the second, but it's still good.
Star Trek.
Yes, the new Star Trek one. I finally finished it.
The live action one, right?
Yes, it's the new live
There's
action one.
3 seasons of that already?
Yeah,
I felt like it started last year.
could have.
Okay. Yeah, time doesn't matter anymore. You're right.
And I too joined the club and watched No Escape Room.
Oh snap!
Oh.
I don't understand what you two are confused about, really, at the end.
It's dumb.
Yeah, it's not bad.
How do they get back to the fucking restaurant when they took an Uber to the escape room house?
Because it's all just part of the thing. They're like stuck in a loop, sort of like Triangle.
Kind of, but it's not because the car's locked up at the end.
Yeah.
With the magic keys.
It's kind of like, yeah. It's
Their car's there and not at the shop where it was.
Yeah, it's just part of a new scale. Whatever.
Yeah, got him. We got him.
yeah. Because I don't feel like arguing about this right now.
You don't want to spend all this time arguing on a movie we both were all very lukewarm to?
Yeah. Just admit it doesn't make sense. They could have had a better ending.
Well, every movie can have a better ending.
Not Ghostbusters 2.
I was trying to think of a dumb movie to say it.
Pick another one.
Twice.
And I watched this movie called Butterfly Kisses.
I've heard of that.
It's okay. It's kind of like a mix of like a found footage and Slender Man thing.
Interesting. Was it on Amazon Prime?
Probably.
Of course it was.
It's on some service I own.
Okay.
And Amazon Prime is one of them. But yeah, it's interesting. You should watch it. I mean, if you're bored.
Always am.
It's just the resting state of Chump Slap is bored.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I did. What about you, Poppascotch?
Well, thanks for asking. I made a promise last week, and I went ahead and watched Escape Room.
Oh.
Which is a different movie than No Escape Room.
You should have watched No Escape while you were at it.
I should. Oh, that would have been so awesome. I didn't watch No Escape Room, but I watched Escape Room and No Escape, so I'm pretty sure I got the movie.
It's pretty much the same thing, right?
Oh, man. It wasn't very good at all. Surprise, surprise. But it was more like, imagine an escape room, this fucking bullshit, but it's like run by the Saw guys. That's what this movie was about.
Okay.
It was less supernaturally and more torture-y.
All right. That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah. But it wasn't great. Don't bother.
I probably won't.
And then I watched the movie Chump Slap was talking about a week or two ago, Ghosts of War. The one over there in World War II.
Yeah, and they're in like that French chateau
Creepy
or
haunted
whatever.
house.
Yeah.
I was there, man, for the first like 40 minutes.
It's good.
Dude, the end fucking screwed it.
You guys got to change your concept of endings, I
No
guess.
way, man. It didn't. It was so dumb.
I wanted to like it. I really did. I love the idea of a haunted house, and I love how they got there and the first unit's like all sleeping downstairs and like all 5 feet away from each other. Like, we're not fucking with anything in this house. We're out of here.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, like the first half was pretty fucking good. But
Then it went all sci-fi. Like when the ghosts were killing Nazis, man, that was awesome.
right?
That was awesome. Yeah. But then I watched Dr. Syintist, you'll be happy to know. Made it through season 10 of Supernatural.
Damn, you're almost there.
Jeez. Like,
it starts to go a little bit downhill after 10, but not much.
oh, Christ.
He barely made it through 10.
I was so, I don't want to say mad, but I was very confused because they introduced the the Frankenstein family.
Yeah.
Of like the legendary Frankenstein name.
Dude, don't get too wrapped up in them.
No, well, that's the thing. I'm like, oh, so this is going to be the next baddie for the next season. This is kind of dumb. And then Dean murders all of them in like an episode and a half.
Yeah.
So I was like, where's this season going then if they're murdered? Like,
What was the ultimate episode?
they removed the mark of Cain from Dean.
Okay.
Ooh. Is that like what's the mark of Cain?
It's the curse that God put on Cain.
Cain from the Bible.
Yeah, I understand that, but is it like
You remember.
Harry Potter scar or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, actually it is.
I assume so. I've never actually seen Harry Potter, but
I think he's got a lightning bolt on his forehead or some shit.
kind of like Shazam.
Like Shazam.
Yes.
Conceptually the same thing, yes. And then I watched, the only other movie I watched that I even want to bother talking about is, have either of you guys seen 1BR, like One Bedroom?
I've looked into it, but
I think I've watched.
I don't think I watched
I may have watched the entire thing, or I watched the beginning and got annoyed. One of those two options.
Is it about Airbnb?
Not exactly. It's about a girl who first moves to LA and doesn't know anybody.
Oh, yes, I've seen that one.
It was not super great.
No, it was really dumb. I should have turned it off like 5 minutes into it.
Really? That bad?
I thought it'd get better, and it just never did.
It starts out kind of creepy, and that part's cool, but then it just gets dumb, like instantly.
No, I know exactly what you mean. It started out, and I'm like, I'm intrigued. Okay, let's see where this goes. I don't think it's going anywhere great, but maybe it will. Let's give it a shot. And then it just was like, oh, it's kind of like a apartment complex cult, I guess is the best way.
Oh, kind of like Hot Fuzz, where they're like, for the greater good.
You're not that far off.
No, it's a better description than Poppascotch just had of it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, more violence and torture, less British. That's the difference.
Well, sounds
so more
decent.
American.
Yeah.
Were they fat? Burn. Got him.
You got him good. I'm Dr. Scientist. I played the standard 2 I've been playing, Shell and Golf.
And Chell is?
NHL.
Okay.
21.
You kicking ass in it, or?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Better than the Rangers are.
That's not hard. At least we're not the Sabres. That's what I keep telling myself.
I'm pretty sure the three of us could beat the Rangers.
I don't know. I can't skate.
You can be goalie.
Perfect.
And I can't either. We already got 2 up on the Rangers.
But I've been just pounding away on those. I'm almost done with golf, hopefully. But I guess I'll never get the platinum because for one of the trophies you have to play a private match with someone, and I don't have any friends that play it.
Damn.
Man, this is the point in the past where you'd go on a forum and find someone to get the trophy.
Yeah.
Sure would, but I don't know if I have it in me.
Although it is pretty pathetic to need to go into a chat room to find one person to play with.
Why can't they just...
It's pretty sad.
I don't know why you can't just sign up for...
Can't use 2 controllers?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I haven't really looked into it that much. I almost gave up on it because of that.
I gotta have a friend. This is bullshit trophy gatekeeping.
I also have to play a round in multiplayer match, but you don't have to win or anything. You just need to play it. So I could just play with some rando.
Nice.
But yeah, so maybe I'll do that. But I also played and finished The Walking Dead Michonne.
Ooh.
And I was super pissed because I got all the way to the end, and there's no platinum trophy. 21 goddamn bronze trophies.
Jesus Christ.
Man, for doing nothing, and they didn't give you a platinum?
I know. The nerve, right?
Who does that?
I'm offended also.
I was pretty pissed, but it was a fine game. It was just way short. It was like, if you took your time, maybe 4 hours.
Oh, that's really short, even for a Walking Dead game.
Yeah, usually they come in like 10-ish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was like 4 hours. I did the first 3 parts. There's 7 parts per chapter. There's 3 chapters. So I guess technically 21 parts. I did like 4 the first day, and then the rest of them the next day in one evening. Like, not even really pushing forward, really. I was done early. I'm like, oh, it's already done. Okay.
Yeah, it was playing Chell at the same time.
I was playing Shell at the same time on the PS4. It's pretty dope. But yeah, that's all I did this week. How about you over there, Sir Chump Slap? Playing, watching, doing. What's going on with you?
Oh, well, just kicking around the old dudes, They have a new weapon out, so I had to unlock that.
Oh, what is it? Is it the French tickler?
Close.
Close.
It's called the Shadow something.
Tickler.
Yeah.
That'd be great if it was a Shadow Tickler.
I don't know. It's a crossbow. It's fucking pretty fun.
Well, it seems kind of pointless when you can have a gun.
It's one-shot kill. Like a throwing knife.
Yeah, which makes whatever.
It makes total sense. You hit somebody in the toe, they're dead. You just don't get it.
You just don't get video games, Dr. Simon. That's the problem. Just don't get video games.
But that's all I've been playing. You know how I am.
Mm-hmm.
Took me 15 games to get it unlocked, and
is that good?
It fucking takes forever.
Well, that's how they keep you playing.
I know.
Look at, they sucked you right in. Sheep. Bah.
They're like, here's a new weapon. Unlock it and then use it.
Yeah. If you use it 15 times, you get this stupid skin of
Well, you got to unlock all the fucking camos for it, man.
Yeah, that's what you need, a camo crossbow.
Yeah.
Is the new zombie map free?
Yeah, it's just free for everybody.
Ooh, I kind of want to give it a shot.
Yeah, one of these days I'll jump on.
I'm just...
If you hit me up.
I'm dying over here to play another PlayStation 5 game, and there fucking aren't any.
No, not yet, man.
I was seriously considering buying NBA 2K21, but those scumbags still have it at $70.
What?
Yeah, I'm not exactly about to pay $70 for that game to see if maybe I might be interested in it.
You would hate it. You just were looking for something to play.
Well, I got Demon Souls you can borrow. That's what I thought.
I also have Valhalla I should get into.
Yeah, if you can. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm waiting to find something to play, but I got this game I can play on, and I just don't want to.
I just don't want to.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get into, and then you're like, am I really into this? No.
So you played a little bit of Valhalla?
Yeah, I played it for like a couple hours, and then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? It's not Assassin's Creed. You're not assassinating anybody. You're building a fucking army and trying to take over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of.
It's not even like Origins or...
It's like you're a Viking, and you're trying to gather allies to fight another guy. I didn't even get past that part because I was like, this is stupid. And I guess you can become like the greatest Viking, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really thrilled about playing it before you just said all that.
Oh.
But
it looks good.
If it would have been like Origin or Odyssey, maybe. But if you're not part of like some secret organization killing people, it's kind of
this assassins show up and give you the secret blade and all that jazz.
Did they cut your fingers off?
No.
Oh yeah, they don't do that to Ezio either.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is before or after that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's up to you. It's not my cup of tea, as you will.
I don't know. Maybe I should watch some like gameplay videos or
get the new
review
Gran
or something.
Turismo Poppascotch.
Is it?
Is that out?
I have no idea.
Probably
I
not.
just assumed there was one. I didn't even know for sure.
Oh, there should be a PS5 one coming out.
They're usually like the first games to come out.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get on to the movies I watched.
All right.
Gran Turismo 7 2022.
That sounds about right.
Garbage. What's up with these Gran Turismo people?
Gran Turismo 6 came out December 6, 2013.
Yeah. And it looked beautiful then.
It always does. They look so pretty.
Yeah. I'll give them that. But didn't it have like crazy load times that people were pissed off about?
It was like right at the beginning of PlayStation 4.
I remember that.
It's like you got to load the whole fucking map for 5 minutes before you can play it.
Anyway,
sounds
movies.
great. Anyway, yeah.
All right, on to the movies. You guys see this Bad Trip on Netflix?
Nope.
With Eric Andre.
I saw it came out. I don't know anything about it.
It's just like Borat kind of, where he does like stupid shit.
Except he's Eric Andre, and you know he's Eric Andre.
Well, these people don't.
Oh.
And Tiffany Haddish is in it, and she does the same. It's like got a whole story to it, and then they just interspersed with clips of them doing all the fucking weird shit in front of people.
So is it like a prank thing?
Yeah.
Is it dumb?
It's dumb, but it's funny. Like, I laughed out loud a couple times.
Yeah, but that
I wasn't even
make it
high
not
or drunk
dumb.
or nothing. So
Wow.
I do have a stupid sense of humor.
Eric Andre is so hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, there's some stuff he does where I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. And then he goes off for like a half hour doing these stupid voices. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Easily, the best thing he ever did was Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Never seen it.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
But I don't know. It's #1 on Netflix, so give it a shot if you're into pop culture. You got something to talk about around the water cooler, you know.
Nice.
I also watched Made You Look, a true story about fake art.
Is it a real documentary or is it?
It's, yeah.
I mean, just because it says a true story in the title doesn't mean it is. That's why I asked.
It's a story about this guy who sold all these forgeries to like millionaires and how he got away with it, and they eventually found out. But
Nice.
how he was just really good at it. He never got arrested because he moved back to China. So
Oh, so he came from China and made forgeries then.
Yeah, it was just something he did, and then somebody saw him and was like, "Oh, I can sell those."
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Interesting.
Screw the man.
Fuck them.
That's what I said. The whole time I was watching, I was like, "Screw the man."
It doesn't matter because they're going to write it off on their taxes then.
Yeah, that's what you get for paying fucking millions of dollars for a piece of art. I mean, get out of here with that shit.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
good one, Poppascotch.
Especially
Yeah.
the stuff it was. It was fucking like, I can't think of their names off the top of my head.
Andy Warhol's.
No, like the splatter guy.
Pollock?
Pollock. And the guy who just like paints squares, like big
Oh,
squares.
those seems like the easiest things to
Rothko?
forge.
Yeah, Rothko and Pollock and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like if you were going to forge something you can paint easily.
Yeah, but it was
It's not like Starry Night.
he just did a hell of a job doing it. I don't know.
I see what you're saying, though. I think it would be pretty fucking easy to do a Rothko, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just 4 huge squares.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get art anymore, dude.
Whenever I see one, I'm like, that's a Rothko, because I remember it from watching Mad Men. 'Cause one of the guys on that's the only reason I know who Rothko is, because I saw it on an episode of Mad Men, and I was like, that can't be real. And I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, that's a real person
Oh yeah, people
who
love
sold
that
real
shit.
squares or rectangles for
Not-
asinine amounts.
Dude, there are dumb people who will buy anything you call art.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
Although that's probably a hot take.
they talk to a guy who's like a fucking scholar of Rothko, and I'm like, what?
At least you know you probably make more than he does.
Oh, that was amazing. But check that out. It's a good one. I saw this movie called Exodus, where it's like a future dystopia, and it's fantasy because it's like 7 years after the rapture or whatever. And it's just like about this guy who hears about a door to paradise, and it's just a door, in the middle of fucking nothing in a desert.
I think I saw that. I didn't watch it though. I saw the movie. What was it on?
I don't remember.
Was it
I
good?
don't know what was Charlton Heston in it.
No,
Probably looking at the wrong Exodus.
It's probably.
I think it was 2021. I think it just came out.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about like a '70s Bible epic.
Yeah, you're talking about the
yeah.
Moses one where he carries the 10 Commandments down.
Yeah.
But that was a movie. Okay, I thought I might have fever dreamed that. But,
I don't know if it's called Exodus, but
But
you got there. You knew what I was talking about.
it is a book in the Bible. Or a thrash metal band. But I don't know. It was pretty neat because it was just like trippy, surreal type thing. Don't really remember how it ended. Probably fell asleep before. But let's get on to the slapper of the week already. Gamebox 1.0.
oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's essentially the horror movie version of Jumanji, where they find an old ancient board game, start playing it, and then get sucked into the world of the Gamebox board game.
My guess is that it's like a video game console system that is taken over by demons and kills people who play it.
Ooh, very close.
That was way.
I knew
better
if I
than mine,
kept
you're
going,
right.
it's probably more ridiculous than what I said.
It's a console system. It's VR. You just put this headset on, and it like taps into your brain or whatever, and you have to fight through these levels. And you can't take it, like you could take it off, but then you start seeing the shit in real life and fall into a coma.
So it's like the Ring mixed with the console system,
Yeah, let's say that.
sort of.
But this dude, like, it's so fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, we got that.
He's a video game tester, and his girlfriend Topanga from Boy Meets World
Oh my god.
gets killed by a police violence. Like,
What?
yeah,
What?
they try to like cut through a parking lot or something. The cop shoots her. It's so stupid.
What is that? Whatever. I was gonna. How does that have to do anything with
It
the movie?
only has to do with it because the computer
Oh,
makes him like she's the
it reads his mind.
heroine. Or
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
Oh god, it's so dumb and bad.
But it slaps.
It slapped so fucking hard.
Wow.
That's all you can say.
Well, if you want to see a corrupt cop because he runs into the cop like 3 times in the movie.
You mean in the game or in the movie?
In the game, he's the bad guy.
Okay.
And then he runs to him in real life, and the cop like punches him or something. Fucking puts him in a coma. It's so fucked up.
What a pussy! Can't even take a punch.
I know. I think he went into a coma because of the game, though.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't know. It's fucking wild. So give it a go.
More importantly, it comes in at a brisk 83 minutes.
Oh,
Right in the slap pocket.
Yeah, it's right at the edge of the slap pocket.
I know.
It's getting too long.
It was. They could have cut a couple minutes, but
To get it down to that 80. What is the slap pocket? Like 75 to 85? Is that what it is?
yeah, under 90.
Under 90? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Go watch Gamebox 1.0. I guess.
Or not. Who cares?
Or not. Do whatever. All right, well, that wraps it up for what we did. How about we move on to video game news /stuff? Gotham Knights has been delayed until 2022 at some point.
Gotham Knights?
I didn't even know they were doing
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know either. We probably talked about it before. Though.
That's the one that's going to be like the new Batman game, essentially. But
What an ingenious title.
Right? But it was supposed to come out in 2021. It was hyped. Some gameplay came out. But now, likely because of COVID, it's going to be pushed till 2022. Also, with another one of WB Games' games, Hogwarts Legacy got pushed to 2022 back in
what
January.
a bummer, dude.
Dr. Syintist, I know that was a big one on your radar. You were really looking for that one.
What was that?
Hogwarts Legacy. You know you were. Don't lie.
But yep, so that got pushed. The other thing coming down, the big news this week is that Sony is shutting down its Vita, PS3, and PSP stores starting this summer.
Does anybody even use them still?
How old is the Vita?
It's got to be 7 years.
I bought a Vita game last week.
That wasn't an answer to his question.
No, I have no idea how old it is. It's old as shit. No one played it anyway.
Yeah.
Except for they have a small, very loving community, but it just never caught on, I guess.
Can you still buy the games online
But yeah, they're shutting
for
it
your
down.
account? Oh, they're shutting the whole shop down?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I thought it was just like through the Vita you couldn't go on.
Well, that's the problem. They're not really being super clear about it. Is it going to be shut down on the device itself? Are we still going to be able to buy the games for like PlayStation 3 online at the,
Yeah, that's right.
store.playstation.com? Or does this mean that the PlayStation 3 stuff I bought is going to just disappear from my library because it's nowhere now? Like, what is...
Well, yeah, that was going to happen at some point anyway.
No one has any idea.
Yeah, they
what's
didn't
gonna
tell us.
I mean, they just did.
Shut up.
And then the third piece of news I have, Disco Elysium. I don't know if either of you guys have ever played this game.
It's a pretty awesome game.
I hear it's awesome.
It has been banned in Australia.
Is it the word disco?
Yep.
All right.
No, they said that the game was refused classification because it depicted express or otherwise dealt with matters of sex, drug misuse, addiction, crime, cruelty, violence, or revolting or abhorrent phenomena.
Revolting?
But this is the good part. In a way that offended against the standards of morality, decency, and propriety generally accepted by reasonable adults.
We have to step on a baby in it?
You forget
I
how
don't
awesome it is having a
know
First Amendment.
what that means. But the funny thing is, the only reason it ever went to the classification board is because it was going to come out on console, which means it was going to be sold in stores, which means they needed to have a rating for it. It has actually been available on Steam since 2019.
Suckers.
Yeah, it comes out. Wait, hold on. It's out already on PlayStation.
Nice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on Tuesday the 30th it came out.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I played the shit out of it.
Like I didn't know anything about it, so I wanted to like look up some gameplay, see what it's like, and it looks like when we did it looks like Fallout.
Sort
like
of.
the
Yeah.
Fallout 1 and 2 sort of, but it's like a gritty crime drama
Yeah.
basically.
You play it already?
No, I've been waiting for it to come to PlayStation.
Well, you just watch people play
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay. I was like, how do you know so much about it?
Because it's a good indie game I'm going to play.
Jeez.
You got to let me know how it is. I'm intrigued.
Well, Australians hate it, so that's a plus.
Ooh. Shots fired.
Yeah. Reasonable adults with morality apparently hate it. Whatever the fuck.
That's
that
not
means.
Americans.
What's reasonable? And who gets to decide that?
It's pretty funny because the Guardian reported it, and since then, a lot of people in Australia have been like, hey, we need to really stop this moral panic bullshit.
Yeah, seriously.
Because none of it applies to TV or film, ever. It only applies to video games.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. Australia, get your
It
shit
doesn't
together.
apply to film in Australia?
It applies to podcasts. That's why we don't have any downloads in Australia.
Yeah.
That's got to be it. Yeah, definitely. Because
Because we're not a reasonably moral group.
Because we don't have a rating. That's why.
I've been in prison too long for us to be reasonable.
It's not like they were founded as a prison colony or anything, right?
Yeah, whoa.
Oh, real shots fired.
Shit, that was the thing? That's what
Yeah.
All right.
That's almost racist. I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I think it's just a fact.
Yeah, but he meant it in a racist way.
Jingoist, maybe, but not
Yeah, there
racist.
you go.
And even then, I don't know. Anyway, that's all we got for video game news / stuff. How about let's get into this game?
Let's fucking get into it already.
Because I got a lot to say about this one.
Well, first off, I'm going to apologize because when I checked to see if the video was good, I only checked the beginning and the end.
I thought it was decent.
And then I found out that the cutscene movie I told you about was missed like the middle half almost.
There wasn't much in there. Just
I read the wiki, and I think with those two, I was able to pretty much tie it together.
Yeah, they just don't tell you the specifics of why this is happening. Right?
You mean the story?
Well, in the
Yeah.
well, if you read the fucking wiki, you get
Yeah,
it.
I mean, there's also other questions I have about it, but we'll get to it. This crazy, insane PlayStation 2, I think it's an exclusive, right? Yeah, it's a PlayStation 2 exclusive.
I thought it was on iPhone or something.
I haven't thought of PlayStation.
Did I read that, or did I make that up?
It could be both.
Could be either. Either way, you play this game by yelling into a microphone. It is called Lifeline.
By yelling into a microphone.
It was released January 30th, 2003 in Japan and March 2nd, 2004 in North America. So, I don't know. What's that math? 15 months? 14 months?
Yeah, something like that.
something like that, yeah.
It's pretty close. Close enough.
Yeah, thanks. Released for PlayStation 2, developed by Sony Computer Entertainment of America, published by SCEA in Japan, and Konami in North America, which was interesting. But it's an action, adventure, survival horror game, and I couldn't find anyone with the guts to put the writing credit on it.
Cowards.
So this week, Dr. Syintist, this is science-y, so this is definitely one of yours.
It's pretty much not science, but all right.
What are you talking about? There's at least one scientist.
Are you going to tell me something taking place in space isn't science-y? Get out of here.
Yeah, fuck off.
So how about you lead us into it, walk us along with this crazy journey.
Well, it starts taking place on Christmas Eve in the far-off future of 2029.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy, are they optimistic about that time.
Well, 20 years ago, it probably looked decent, I guess.
Yeah.
But, all right, this is going to get confusing because you play someone who isn't the person on screen, which is...
What?
Whatever do you mean?
All right, we'll get to it. But it starts off on a space station, and it's kind of like a christening party.
Isn't it a space station hotel?
Yeah, kind of, but it's like an opening
Yeah.
thing. You're at the party and you're doing stuff and whatever, and things happen, and then all of a sudden, like, the big explosion happens and creatures start running in, like worm-like creatures, start attacking all the guests, and you kind of black out and you wake up in a control room.
I also have a note here that you introduce someone to your girlfriend and she doesn't drink. just say
Your girlfriend doesn't drink. It's important to the story.
Yeah. Thank you for that addition, Chump.
All right.
He just wants to make pretend like he actually watched the thing when he watched the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna throw in that quote like real early,
It just
so we
bothered
all
me.
know he watched it.
It's like everyone's having fucking champagne. She's like, no, I just don't drink.
Why does it bother you if someone doesn't drink?
Because why was it in? Why was it even in there?
Maybe she's pregnant.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Or maybe she doesn't drink.
Yeah, maybe she
used
doesn't
to
like
be an
alcohol.
alcoholic and went to
Maybe she's
went to
allergic to
prison because
alcohol.
of it for 15 days in
Shut
Harford
the fuck
County.
Anyway.
Anyway, so you wake up in like a control room and you hear like someone screaming for help. It's not screaming, but calling for help. And you turn on the computer and look in, and there's a woman locked in a security room. And she's talking to you and tells her she was locked in there and she doesn't know why, if you could help her get out and blah, 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 which is the whole shtick of the game. Since you basically tell her what to do and can open doors for her. And
Yeah, you're like in the control panel room.
yeah.
Have
So you play
access.
the guy who's telling her what to do.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it was really like, it was neat until you watched gameplay and you have to tell her where to shoot people.
Yeah. I guess it was just to try the microphone out.
Yeah.
Also, I liked this setup, and I liked the security cam presentation and how it's like a weird dream.
Yeah.
I guess the way and it's all practical and it makes sense. Like I was on board.
Yeah, me too.
At this point,
It kind of reminds me of like a sort of like a Saw movie, but he's the one in charge. She's trying to. It's like a reverse Saw movie where she's trying to save him.
Yeah, he's not like,
okay,
you got to find your way out. He's like,
Yeah.
I'll show you the way
Yeah.
out.
And it's kind of like puzzly. You got to figure stuff out, but they skip a lot of that in the thing. Anyway, you help her out. You unlock the cage, the cell, and she gets out and she gets attacked by a monster, and that's basically the tutorial on how to shoot.
It's a spider alien.
Yeah, that comes up later.
I know.
And did I see some of the bad guys were like fucking hands?
Yeah.
Hand spider? Like what? Like not cousin it thing? Right? Like thing? Remember thing?
Yeah, I remember Thing.
Yeah.
He was a hand.
It's sort of like that.
Okay.
And then you kind of like are walking around the space station searching for stuff. And this happens a lot, so I'm just going to say it here. You come across some random dude locked in a bathroom, and you save him, and he's kind of a dick to you. I don't really know, because she's a waitress.
Is this the rich dude?
Yeah.
Oh, God, he was such an asshole.
I know. And she's like the woman's name is Rio, and she's a waitress, and he's like a dick to her. But she kind of doesn't take shit from anybody in the game.
He's like, save it for someone who cares, bimbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a direct quote.
It is.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting that every male character she runs into is like, whatever, you're just a dumb waitress.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably one of the most realistic things in this game.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen every day all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the
I just
kind
don't want to
of,
be reminded of the injustices when I play video games.
At least she sticks up for herself.
imagine the clientele
True.
that's on a fucking
Space station.
space hotel.
Opening ceremony.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'm surprised Lance
Fair enough.
Bass isn't up there. He's probably dead
He'll
by
never make it to
2029.
space.
Lance Bass. Anyway, you kind of like, she walks around doing some more things, like looking for survivors and stuff and trying to figure out how to get off the space station. And this happens a couple of times during it, but she gets like a staticky call on her thing, and like everything starts to go wrong with the equipment. So it gets kind of, and it's like someone asking for help. And I don't know how or why she thinks it's you, the operator's girlfriend,
Yeah,
Naomi.
do you just come out and tell him right? Oh, yeah, I'm missing my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'll help you find her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which you understand why later.
Yeah.
For some reason, she knows right away that this staticky voice must be Naomi, so you got to go. So she goes to look for more survivors, and she opens the door, and here comes one of our first bingo squares because the spider boss attacks.
Damn.
Spider Ball.
And then I just wrote down some Indiana Jones shit because you have to like run away from it and then jump under the thing as it's closing and try and get
Yeah,
away.
that's right.
Right.
So you're like, oh, I can't go that way. There's a spider boss. So you start walking around and you run into the guy who put you in the cell, whose name is Gino.
Gino.
Big Gino. Hey, Gino, huh?
Gino, my man. Tough guy.
Dude, when they're first talking, he's like her buddy.
Yeah,
Right?
they are
Like, they
friends.
know
They
each
know
other.
each other.
They have a
Yeah.
But then he says that he locked her in the cell to try and keep her safe.
Yeah,
Which-
right.
Whatever.
Sounds fishy to me.
And then he kind of goes over his plan to escape and get out of here and find stuff. So you're like, all right, I guess we'll just go search for more stuff. And then you run into some random scientist.
Ay, this guy. He knew a lot about polycarbon. I'll tell you what.
These walls, they'd be 10 meters thick if it wasn't for polycarbon, dude.
Now they're only 1 meter.
Exactly.
Oh, and then, oh, God. Dr. Scientist, I'll give it to you to say the line he says at the end.
Of this interaction? I don't write the lines down.
Is this Alan Honda?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, at the end, this is where she's like, well, I got to go. I got to go to the blah, blah, wherever. And she gave Alan the key. And he's like, do you want to play dead with me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was creepy.
This fucking guy.
Gets rejected instantly.
Yeah, and he says some random things about aliens or whatever. He's like, the head researcher's in the Sun Suite, so if you can get there, you can talk to him.
Yeah, he's blabbing about how it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
Yeah.
Scientist, Spider hates fire, and he's
Yeah.
it's weird.
Oh, that's right. His big contribution was you can kill them with fire.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks.
Oh, this must be the quote you're talking about because I just wrote he's a scumbag.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Although there's like 4 asshole misogynists in a row you run into.
Yeah, it's true.
I can't believe she was actually friends with him before. But anyway.
Yeah.
She's a waitress. She has to be friendly to everybody.
Then you go on this little side quest to make a Molotov cocktail-like thing to throw at the spider boss. And you eventually do it and throw it out and get past the boss so you can go down that hallway. And you come across the top scientist.
Joe Powers.
This fucking guy.
And he blabs on about UFOs and stuff. And yeah, his name is Joe Powers, which is
so good.
I
just wrote in my notes another asshole misogynist.
Oh, yeah.
Because this was like the third
he's
or fourth
almost
one
the worst. No, definitely Tanaka, the owner, was the worst. But
This is the guy in the big white coat, right?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, the head scientist.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
you know.
I figured.
That's how whoever has the bigger, whiter coat is in charge. That's how science works, right?
Yeah. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
obviously.
It's
That's why I
so
own
clicky.
thousands of T-shirts that are just white.
There you go. You're on the bottom rung. You got to work your way
Yeah.
up to the lab coat.
I'm too edgy for the rest of these scientists.
Yeah.
I bet. I bet.
So after talking to him, you go searching for more survivors still. You tell him that, I guess they're meeting in, I forget what the room was. The escape pod room, we'll call it.
Yeah.
So you tell him that's where everybody's going and blah, blah, blah. So you start searching some more for more survivors and still trying to find Naomi. And this happens a couple of times too, where she kind of like starts getting scared of going things and you have to like talk her down, like calm down, do this, which is kind of interesting, but
Seems misogynist in itself.
yeah, but
I understand exactly what you're saying, Dr. Scientist, and I like that they have those pauses and those interactions. Because any normal person would be flipping out out like a motherfucker if this was happening. But I just thought the tone of it all was so weird.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm going to bring back a question we have not asked a long time on this podcast.
No, it's not a walking sim.
Is this porn?
No.
It depends who you're asking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure someone jerked off to it, so.
I'm sure someone puts on the mic and just talks dirty to it.
I think you can do that, and I think she like acts to you like she acts to those guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like Siri, like stop it.
Yeah.
You're being an asshole.
Yeah. You're being creepy and stuff like that.
As I was watching one of the speedruns, I saw somebody that said if you like try to trick her or lead her into too much danger or are generally not helpful, she'll just shoot the camera and that's the end of the game. It's a game over.
Oh, that's
Pretty
awesome.
cool.
So you eventually come across a room full of survivors,
Nice.
and you tell them it's the receiving port. That's where they're going.
Yes.
Hey, go there. So you walk everybody there, and Rio's like, all right, let's go. We got to find Naomi. They can handle it here. We'll go and try and find your girlfriend. And you're like, thanks, Rio. And you walk around some more. And I like this part too, where she comes across like her own bedroom, but it's been trashed by aliens.
Oh, right.
And she's this is another part where she kind of gets like sad and she's like, all my stuff's gone. You got to try and cheer her
And
up.
don't you actually say the word cheer up? And she's like, you're right.
Yeah.
That's all it took. Thank you.
Well, in the speed run, you know what to say, but I guess if you're trying to figure it out, you could probably say other things, and cheer up's probably just the quickest.
I just think that's funny. It's like, next up, we're going to tell her to smile more.
Jerk.
It'd be great.
Talk less.
And is this where she gets that hot leather outfit now?
Yeah, somewhere around here. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I just saw
changed.
she had changed clothes.
She had like a costume change from the waitress attire to
Badass.
motorcycle rider, I guess.
I assume better defensive gear.
Correct.
Sure.
So you keep going searching for Naomi, and you come across a dead rescue team. Well, they call it rescue team, but they're dead, so they're not going to rescue anybody.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like all torn apart. And there's one guy that's kind of like, "Oh my god, it attacked! It killed us all!" Blah blah blah. And then some giant blue humanoid alien walks in, and I just put humanoid thing walks in and fucks shit up.
Yeah, just wild humanoid alien.
Yeah, just starts like tossing people around, and you kind of tell Rio to just run away, and she runs away, and she's like, "I don't think I can handle that. We got to run away every time I see her." And you're like, "All right." Yeah. So I don't know if you're dicking around and playing the game. If you come across it again, you just have to tell her to run away. But in the speedrun, they don't come across her again, so I don't really know. And then Rio kind of is like, of course, just wandering around more, and she comes across a dead reporter who has some old reports, and she's like, "Oh, this is what I was looking for." Mm-hmm. And she gets this, I guess it's a DVD they have in the future. I don't know why.
I thought that was great. Like, they're still going to have disc-based media in 2029.
It's funny that 20 years ago they thought we're going to be good enough to be in space, but not good enough to get past.
Well, DVDs are pretty fucking
DVD.
Pretty sharp.
Especially because it's a reporter, so he was like recording it and then had to put it on it. Yeah. But anyway, she's talking to you and watching this, and she says, "That's what I'm here for. I'm looking for that thing." And it's kind of like it shows Tanaka, the owner, talking, and there's a blue stone in a case, and she's like, "I got a job to do to investigate it, and I got to figure out where this is because I need to find that."
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And it's kind of, I don't know, shady almost that she's been doing it. She's been trying to help you this whole time, but it's actually self-serving.
Don't they say something like she's a thief or?
Yeah, they do that later because you find Gino. She's like, "I got to go find Gino. He knows where it is." Mm. And then you find Gino and you show him the video and ask him where it is, and then he starts calling her a thief. "You're here to steal that. You're a thief. Blah blah blah." She should have just killed him. I don't know. He was a douchebag.
So I mean, I'm missing something here.
Okay.
So she's not just a cocktail waitress?
No. Is that what you were missing?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was missing. So what's her motivation then?
All she told you so far is that she got a job to investigate and return that. Her complete motivation comes out soon.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And Gino tells you it's in this thing, but Tanaka has the key, so you got to find him and get the key from him, and then you can get this blue stone and maybe save your girlfriend. So you hike your way off to Tanaka's office, and you kind of see that there's all kinds of clothes shredded on the ground and thrown around. And you're like, "Oh no, what happened to Tanaka? He must be dead. I can't find it." And then some monster attacks. And it's kind of like a mini boss fight, sort of. Mm-hmm. And after you kill it, you look around for the key and you find it. And she also finds a disc on the Philosopher's Stone.
I was just going to ask, what is the Philosopher's Stone?
I don't know. Could
Tell
it be
us
that
about
blue
it.
stone she's looking for?
The Philosopher's Stone is kind of like an alchemical thing. It was supposed to be able to change gold from like other metals to gold. It was like something you needed. Mm-hmm. But it does other things. They're like, and then on the disc it shows they were trying to build one.
Should have called it the Alchemist Stone then. You know?
Well, I mean, it's been the Philosopher's Stone for like 600 years, so why would they change the name?
Because it's not real.
Well,
rebrand, man.
It's real as in this game didn't make it up.
Exactly. They didn't make up space and aliens.
Well, those are real.
Exactly.
But the people on this space station, there was a secret lab that was also trying to make it.
Yeah, because they needed zero gravity to make it.
Yeah, they needed zero gravity to make it, which
makes total sense.
Let's not talk about the science behind that.
You're the scientist.
But the ones they made don't heal. It kind of like curses life and makes it sort of undead-ish.
Oh my god.
And
what?
On the disc, it's kind of like a commercial because they're going to sell it as a weapon.
So they want to get it back to Earth and sell it to the highest bidder.
Yeah, something like that. It's kind of like, I can't think of the name of the movie, but
it's always about money.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then you kind of realize that Alan and the other guy were lying to Joe Powers, that it's not UFOs, that an aliens that attack, that it's kind of just
get the fuck out
things they made.
All right, so this is the point I wanted to ask. If they're not aliens, how do they come in from the outside of the ship? Like they smash through the fucking ship into it
Well, I mean,
from outside.
why would they not be able to go outside?
Because they're humanoid.
Sort of, but
Well, I mean, I couldn't help at this point but think about Dead Space.
yeah,
Yeah.
And those things lived out in space.
yes,
Because they biorecombinated.
that's
That's the word we needed.
yeah.
Okay.
Good one, Poppascotch. Nice callback.
That one makes sense.
It's one flat circle.
Got
I
it.
just really wanted to work in biorecombinate somewhere. I'm glad I did.
I know.
I'm
it's
glad
so
you
good.
did too. I'm glad you did too. But,
Hashtag.
biorecombinate. I bet he can't spell it.
Yeah, he's got it.
I'll pull it from the Dead Space episode or wherever the hell it was last time.
Then Rio's like, all right, we got to find the stone. We got to stop them because, they're going to kill everybody.
Sure.
And maybe we'll save your girlfriend along the way.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada. You make it to the exhibit room and, oh my God, the Philosopher's Stone is gone.
Get the hell out.
And you're like,
What?
and you're like, oh no. We got to find it. But look, someone put a bomb here.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah, and then you have to kind of go through this thing and defuse the bomb so it doesn't blow up the space station or whatever it is. You kind of like do that. And you're like, all right, we gotta go try and save them because see what the rescue team is doing. So you go back to where the survivors are, and they're all dead because the rescue team was just some kind of corporate army, killed everybody.
Yeah, they weren't there to rescue people.
Yeah, they were there to get the Philosopher's Stone and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to like Dead Space, I guess,
Kind of.
or the aliens.
Oh God, was it Area 51 where they did the exact
Yeah,
same thing?
yeah. I knew
Yeah.
That was the one?
I knew it was some game we did.
It was one recently, yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
wouldn't say
pretty sure it's
recent.
Area 51.
Those were Illuminati soldiers, though.
Yeah, but it's similar to that.
Were they? Were they Illuminati soldiers?
Yeah, in Area 51 they were.
Oh boy.
And then they're like, "Oh no, they aren't rescue squad. They wanted the stone." And then that woman creature comes, attacks, and fucks the day up again because they fucked around and found out.
Right. Yeah.
And you tell her to run and blah blah blah. And then somewhere along the way here, after everybody's killed and the thing leaves, Rio decides to tell you what she's actually doing here and why she actually came to the space station and pretended to be a waitress. Apparently, she is descended from Paracelsus, who I'm sure neither of you two knew, but I did from Warehouse 13 because he's a main antagonist in it.
Brag. Jeez.
He's fake.
You should watch it. Warehouse 13 is very good.
Nah.
And she's descended from it, and that her family was like guarding the Philosopher's Stone. And her dad was working with Joe Powers on creating new ones. And then when they kind of did, Joe Powers killed her dad and her mom and shot Rio also, which is weird that they didn't recognize each other, but I guess she was a child at the time. And that they needed to be in space. And so Joe Powers killed her family, but somehow she survived as an orphan. And she's here to try and get it back and protect it.
Okay, this story now makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah, this part wasn't in the movie I sent you.
And it seems pretty fucking important.
I know. That's why I sent you the message right away, because, I can't watch them until Saturday nights anyway. But.
Yeah, I was really confused because, and that was going to be one of my main sticking points at the end, is they didn't earn any of this because there was no goddamn backstory. Apparently there was, and I just missed it.
Yeah, well, you didn't miss it. It just wasn't in the thing you watched.
All right.
But, and then you kind of like agree to help her, and she's still going to help you find her girlfriend, girlfriend. But we got to stop them because they were trying to steal the stone and blame aliens for attacking the thing, and then they were going to sell it, and they were purposely mutating people to attack. So now you're on a self-righteous claim to try and save the world.
Of course.
So
and you're all by yourself and being led around by some asshole in a control booth.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Wasn't there, just to take a little quick tangent, wasn't there a game that you were talking about, Dr. Syintist, where you were talking about doing everything with like security cameras?
Yes. It was called Observation. It was similar to this kind of.
Okay. I was going to ask if there's any similarities at all.
You're kind of like an AI in that, and this one kind of moves around more. But it's similar, an idea.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you decide that the Philosopher's Stone must be in the testing labs, because I guess that's the only place you haven't checked yet. So you help Rio eventually make her way there, and you come across a control panel with a brain in a jar, which is Why'd you say
This? It was such a preachy brain.
Well, it's a brain. What the hell's it going to do?
I mean, yeah, it's 100% brain.
It's got nothing else to do but fucking tell you stuff.
Okay, that's the reason. Okay.
Well, I mean, what did you expect from a brain in a jar?
Well, it seemed like the brain didn't realize it was a brain in the jar, which I guess makes sense
It
because it's
doesn't,
kind of
yeah.
hard to think critically if you're just a brain in a jar.
Yeah, and you also don't have any senses.
Right. So I kind of get that part, but just go on. I'll just go on.
All right, so Rio talks to the brain, and it kind of is like the brain basically just wants to die. It goes on, and you find out that this is Rio's dad's brain.
Because of
that
course.
Joe Powers has kept alive to try and help him make the Philosopher's Stone.
Of course it was her dad's brain.
Duh.
So she kind of like, well, she doesn't tell the brain that she's Rio, and then the brain's like, just tell my daughter that her mom's still alive and you can find her.
Yeah. He's like, if you know this Rio chick, tell her that her mom's still alive.
He tells you to find her, please, but it doesn't say it that way.
She's got a Swiss bank account with a bunch of fucking money in it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, that was the issue I had with it. Where that's how we find out that's her dad.
Yeah.
Not like a catchphrase. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, weird. You might be the last person I talked to. Find my daughter. I just that was the sigh mostly.
Yeah.
That's what that was for.
I didn't think it was that sigh-worthy, but whatever.
It's pretty sad.
Then she gets all sads again.
Oh, boo-hoo. She already thought her dad was dead, and she just helped kill him.
Yeah.
Whatever. Get over it.
Well, now she knows she has to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But then you kind of leave, and the big female monster's out there. And you come to realize that it's Naomi is the big monster.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Why she look like a human?
Because Naomi was human.
It's because she didn't drink.
Yep, that's probably why they used her.
Told you.
Perfect.
But you fight her, and then whatever.
And then she just disappears.
Yeah.
Is that how they die?
Yeah.
Huh.
They kind of like melt away.
Yeah.
And then you go a little bit more, and you come across Joe Powers.
Fucking Joe Powers.
He kind of goes a little bit preachy here and says he was doing human testing. I don't really like how they kind of made him German and then kind of made him okay with all the human trials and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But
That's
I guess the Germans deserve it.
that's beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
But he goes on and waxes poetic about he was trying to do it on animals and it just wasn't the same, so he tried human trials and
Yeah, is this like the third time you find out that the aliens are actually human monsters?
yeah. But you find out he was doing it on purpose at least.
Yeah. But I mean they have to drive that in case you missed it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was dumb that he just sat here and kept talking and wouldn't shut up when he knows he's gonna kill her and he said he's gonna kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then he shoots her. Like right in the heart.
Right in the heart. Because he's a marksman and he's done it before.
No, he's German. He's gotta be.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh my god. I love doesn't he also say here that the guy talking to you on the headset, he's been bit by a mutated caterpillar.
Yeah. I just assumed that was bad translation.
No.
But I kind of want to keep it as a mutated caterpillar.
He's poisoned by a mutated caterpillar.
Yeah, and he's dying.
Genius.
Yeah. And he purposely put him in the room to see whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
So he shoots Rio. And then he's like cackling at the operator, but Rio stands up and is like, "That's right. My dad didn't lose the Philosopher's Stone. He put it inside me." And then she
What?
Put it in my heart.
Yeah.
Where you shot me.
And then she shoots Joe Powers.
So is she immortal now that she has the Philosopher's Stone inside of her?
Well, it kind of keeps her alive, yes.
Or was the Philosopher's Stone
It was inside
of
the whole time.
us
Yes,
the entire time?
it was.
I knew that was coming, but
When she was a child and she was shot by Joe Powers, her dad kind of like jammed the Philosopher's Stone inside of her to save her.
I can imagine him just freaking out. Like, just
Well,
taking it in her chest.
Like just fucking jamming it in there.
What else is she going to
Breaking
do?
ribs and
Really?
stuff.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, that's gross.
That's not something to laugh at, but
So after she shoots and kills Joe Powers, she kind of like goes into this control room, and she sees that there's hundreds of Philosopher's Stones.
Ooh.
Kind of like all in the back, and she's like, "Oh my god, he made a whole bunch of them."
Now this scene reminded me of like Prometheus when they found out that the.
That's
Right.
kind of reminded me of that. So she's like, "All right, we're gonna have to blow this place up to get rid of all these stones."
Oh yeah, you never said that. I think it's Joe Powers. He sets the space station on a collision course with Earth.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. Yeah, you're right. I did forget that.
To like,
He wants the stones to crash on Earth and destroy the planet because if he dies, I guess everybody else should.
exactly.
But she's like, "Oh, we got to self-destruct this thing," and then she leaves, and Joe Powers has turned into some big boss.
He absorbs the power.
Yeah,
of all the stones,
all the bad stones that curse you and don't heal you. So he becomes his boss, and you beat him. And then you kind of like the self-destruct's on, and then Rio meets up with you as the operator, and you kind of get in an escape pod, and you shoot off and blow up the station and save Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
And then it shows the evil stones all just flying through space.
Yeah,
And I was like, would they survive re-entry?
I don't know.
Did they do anything really? Or is it just going to like evil stone meteors?
There's a huge setup for a second one in this series.
Yes, definitely.
Because there's
Well, I can't fucking wait.
maybe this is all maybe they're markers and they sent and got changed into Dead Space after this.
That's not even cool. Come on.
Why is that
That's
not
how
cool?
the markers spread.
Hey, you never know, man.
Yeah.
When I was doing that backstory lookup for Dead Space 2, I found so much more of the lore that opened up in 3, and it gets into nonsense, guys.
And this is less believable?
We'll get into it.
There you go. We'll get into it. That's it. That's a game. We did it. We made it all the way through.
Woo!
There was sciencey stuff and space.
And fantasy alchemy stuff.
It's pretty sciencey, dude.
And a lot of biorecombination. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about that at all. So let's go right through it. Let's go right into it, and we'll talk about. Let's start with you, Dr. Scientist.
No,
No, come on.
It's his game. You can't do
Oh
that.
shit, it is. All right, Chump Slap, your turn then.
All right.
And this was mostly inspired by your work last week.
Ooh.
So now you want to play it. Did the story suck some shit? What score you think it hit?
Do I now want to play it? No. It's like I guess you had to click on some buttons here and there, but it looks like you just sit back and talk the whole time.
Pretty much.
And I would be annoyed with
And there's a lot of puzzles to solve. If
Turn
you didn't know
around.
what the answers were.
shoot head, leg, head, stomach.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't understand the whole point. They didn't have to go that in depth with it, but
I know. Like you could have used those commands to tell her to do stuff. Like maybe like you could see things she couldn't, like on top of desks or something.
yeah, like turn around, there's something behind you type shit. But
There were parts that were like dark and lights out that you could see at night, but she couldn't.
Well, see, that's cool, but do we really need to say every single shot she takes?
yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, but they were experimenting gameplay. You gotta
like if you're like
Okay.
shoot in the stomach, no, you missed. Then what? Was she that good? She can hit everything you said. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but would I play it? No. Was the story shit? No, I didn't think it was that shit. I mean,
Okay.
we've seen it before, Dead Space, all that jazz, but I don't know. It had a beginning. It had an end.
Mhm.
The middle was iffy, but it was pretty neat. The whole idea was cool, but like I said, we've seen it before. It wasn't the Poppascotch, oh, it's just aliens. It was the total opposite this time.
That's true. I like it. A reversal.
Yeah. So, what score did it hit? For me, I'll have to say it was a 9. I mean, it was
Niner.
good story.
Okay.
I think it got points for originality and just being a weird type of game. So I'll give it that.
Okay.
Give it a 9.
9 it is.
So now we'll kick it on over to Scotchy.
Hey, Scotchman. I'm working on stuff.
Would you
Try double
scotch
guns.
it?
No, don't let that stick. Come on.
Okay. How about, would you talk into a mic for it? Did the story get your goat? I got nothing. All right. Would you play it? Would you score it? Did the story work for you?
That's a good one.
That's a classic, but it's out of order.
Thanks for asking those. So when I was originally thinking about this game, I really hated it, but that was because I missed key plot points. Apparently,
Yeah.
we were talking about it.
To be fair, it's not the first time you missed key plot points.
Well, yeah, but this time wasn't my fault. But because I was really mad because I felt like in my original review they didn't earn any of the big reveal moments because you had no idea that Joe Bob Powers worked with your dad before that big final confrontation when he shot her in the chest.
Yeah.
So I was really mad about that. But then I see that they kind of filled it in. She wasn't just some waitress that is amazing with a gun and can fight her way through situations. She was kind of like an undercover journalist, I guess, that was trying to expose them. And a protector of the Philosopher's Stone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm fine with it then. I didn't like... first of all, I didn't like the fact that there was not a single likable character in this game besides the operator and Rio.
Because the operator was actually you. You didn't
Yeah.
have any lines or nothing, so.
So I couldn't hate him, but I hated everybody else in this game.
Exactly.
Except for the Prime Minister's wife who put a curse on him. That was pretty dope. She's all right. But yeah, for the most part, I hated everybody in the game. The story, yeah, like you said, sure, it's been done, but it's certainly, we've seen it been done worse. And I thought it was not too far off that the whole motivation of everything was money and getting a horrible weapon and using that as the catalyst. Totally makes sense, so I'll buy that, sure. So overall, did the story work for me, aka did it get my goat? I'll say sure it did. It's also an interesting thing to think about, like, where is the cutoff between, like, the gameplay and the story for this? Because you're telling her what to do in every situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if there's a game where we talk about the gameplay, like, this would be the one where we bring it in as part of the story. So that kind of got my goat that you had to tell her to, like, fire off every single round at every single part of a enemy over and over and over again.
Yes, that was frustrating as hell.
But, you know, Syintist, like you said, A for effort. I mean, they tried to do something different with the game. I also did remember when I was playing this, I picked up the game, I don't know if you guys remember this one, US SOCOM Navy SEALs.
Oh, yeah.
They had a headset that came with that game. And you'd use that to tell, there were 4 squads, and you were in one of them leading one of them, and you would tell the other 3 what to do over the radio. But it was pretty much just like, go to this area, or wait here, or attack from this section. Like, it wasn't...
Yeah, you didn't have to tell them every shot.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as involved as this. But, so, final score, I think I'm gonna give it... You know what? Fuck it. I'll also go with a 9.
All right.
Because I was really into the story in the beginning. I was really, really into it. And the thing that pushed me off of that was the fact that a lot of the character motivations weren't great. And Joe Bob Powers, I hate that guy. Like, but not hate him like he's a bad guy. I hate him. I just hate the fact that he sits there and does the huge big speech before the death scene because they can't think of another way to give us this information.
Yeah, fair.
I'm sticking with a 9. And now we're going to ask the man of the hour, Dr. Syintist. I have 3 new questions for you.
Oh, let's hear
snap.
this garbage.
Also based on another one of Chump Slap's
Poetry readings?
musings. First question, do you want to spend time on this? Did the story give you bliss? How many stars do you piss?
Did I piss? Anyway.
Perfect sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Would I play it? I don't want to talk into a mic. If there was a way to play it without that, sure, I would. But
What if you typed it into Siri or text to voice and played it that way.
Oh, I guarantee you someone's out there right now thinking about how do you play a game that you text a phone number to do stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
If it's not made already as some shitty Steam game.
Smart.
It's probably been on Steam for 6 years.
Did I like the story? Yeah. It was an interesting take on alien infestation, I guess.
Wasn't aliens.
I know, that's the interesting take.
Ooh. Just bio recombinations.
Yeah. And they threw in some old school alchemy in it for why not? Because we don't get enough of that in games.
It's true.
And I kind of liked it. I mean, it's not the best sci-fi story we've done. It's not the worst by far.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I put it on par with Galarians when we did that. Sort of. It's at least as good as that, I think.
Fair. I don't remember that at all, but it sounds familiar.
It had the computer, and the guy was made. He was a virus, and the computer took him over.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a little kid looking for her brother, and
Yeah.
her father was also the head of the department or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put it on par with that and gave it 12 stars because I thought it was decent enough. I figure if I watched I watched two things of it because at the same time and kind of went off of the points because the cutscene video didn't have all the cutscenes that the speedrun did.
No, sure did not.
So I kind of watched them side by side to figure out what was going on, and I didn't hate it, which is a huge plus because most of them I do. Well, I shouldn't say most. A good 50% of them I can't stand watching.
Ooh, sweet.
But yeah, I gave it 12 stars.
All right.
12. That gives us a total score of 30.
Puts it on par with.
That is right around Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which we gave 31. Dead Space 2, we gave 34. And then Clock Tower, we gave a lowly 24.
Sounds right. It's about in between Clock Tower and Dead Space.
All right. Yeah. I also I did enjoy those when you said the streamer videos were pretty good. I enjoyed seeing some of them try to play this game.
Yeah, it's hard.
And just get so frustrated.
When you'd watch people who were speedrunning it who knew what to say and how to say it compared to someone who's trying to figure out the system on how to do it.
It's just funny watching a speedrun. Just like...
Yeah, it's weird.
The guy's just talking to his audience, blah, blah, blah. And then
run door 3, and then he talks for like 5
Yeah.
minutes while she's running.
It's like you're not even playing the game, really.
No, you're just finding the mathematical fastest way to get it done.
Yeah.
Which I guess is speedrunning, right?
Yeah, that's the definition.
Well, I think you have to like click on stuff to open doors and shit, though.
Yeah.
At least.
And when you play the game the first time, there's puzzles you have to figure out to get all the codes to get in rooms.
Oh yeah, so that would just take a long time.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Oh, that's right, because he had the one room where he was like, he was talking to the audience, the one I watched, and the guy's like, all right, this is really dumb. Just hold on here. And then it goes to like, say, talk now. And the guy goes, strawberry candy. And then the door opens. Like Kevin's room, I forgot what the puzzle was, but he's like, and then it's like, you've got the code, and the door opens.
Yeah. It's just silly.
Then he just doesn't address it the rest of the time. But, all right. So I guess we'll put this one to bed at a nice dirty 30. We'll go ahead and move into our favorite segment of every week, which is Syintist Classic Wrestling Finisher.
Ding, 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 ding. Hailing from parts unknown.
Hailing from parts unknown. I missed that.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, brother. So every week we ask Dr. Scientist for 100% guaranteed classic wrestling finisher of the week. He never disappoints. Please, I guess we should start at some point saying, please don't try any of these at home. For fuck's sake, you're going to kill somebody. But this week, Dr. Scientist, what do you got?
This one won't kill anybody, I'm pretty sure. But it's the finishing move for the tag team, the Young Bucks, who did a lot of cool finishing moves. This is one of them. It's called More Bang for Your Buck.
Are they all Buck-related puns?
No.
Damn, okay.
That's a bummer.
One of the ones that I like is
Buck
called,
you.
Well, that would be a good one. It's called Early
The buck stops here.
One of the other ones is called Early Onset Alzheimer's.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to Google that after this.
It's just 2 super kicks to the face. But More Bang for Your Buck. It started with one of them would pick up the opponent in a fireman's carry, if you know what that is, over your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the other one would climb the ropes, and the one in the fireman's carry would kind of like roll the opponent onto the ground in front of him, like front flip.
Okay.
And then the guy would come off the ropes with a 450 splash, which is a 360 plus 90, so you land flat.
Okay.
On top of the opponent. And then the guy who originally had the fireman's carry would jump onto the top rope and then moonsault onto the guy on the ground after the other guy rolled out of the way. It looks a lot cooler than the explanation.
Yeah, just like a double.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a double splash, but one's a 450, one's a moonsault. Moonsault.
Interesting.
Yeah,
if you head on over to our YouTube channel, we'll definitely have a link you can check out to see how this is done.
Yeah. It's pretty badass. Who was the group again?
The Young Bucks.
Young Bucks. I never even heard of them.
And the move's called More Bang for Your Buck.
When were they active?
Oh, I have no idea. 2000s probably. 2010s.
There was the wrestling kind of blew up in those early 2000s, like mid to late 90s, early 2000s. That would have been a lot of time to get some of these weird characters in.
Yeah. That's probably why I never heard of them. Bummer.
We'll go ahead with that. We'll go ahead and move on to our favorite segment of every week, which is Chump Slaps. Would you rather?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Every week,
Hailing from parts unknown.
we ask Chump Slap a would you rather question, and he has to decide which one is the answer and then let us know and talk about it. So this week, we got a real chin rubber for you.
Like a condom you put on your chin.
Done. That's it. Don't even cut to the skit.
Some people's chins look like balls. Anyway, so would you rather have chins that look like balls? No, okay. Wish I was that good at this. All right, this is a tough one, though. Would you rather know when you are going to die or how you're going to die?
Oh.
You no matter what you do, you cannot change the time or method of your death.
Could I say none? Neither?
Nope, you got to pick
No,
one.
you got it. That's not how would you rather works.
New rule.
Rules.
I'd probably pick how.
Because
if it was like,
Okay.
you're going to be in a car accident, that'd be fucking every car to ride would be anxiety inducing.
I don't agree with you on this one, but it's your skit.
I don't want to know when. Like if they tell you the exact time.
So you just want to panic.
You're going to try to change it? You're going to like lock yourself in your house? And
Well,
then
neither are good answers here.
Yeah. But if it was like something crazy like trampled by a donkey at the zoo, you'd be like, okay. I won't go to a zoo for a while. Till I'm ready to die.
Yeah, but he said you can't change
You're
it.
ready to die.
But he said you can't change it, so you're going to end up getting.
I'm going to eventually go to a zoo. But
It's going to happen.
Or you'll go to
Like
work
you've
one
been
day and it's
taken-
like, oh, we have a zoo in here today, and then you get trampled by the donkey.
oh, it's the morning zoo from a radio show.
I got donkey in the ass.
Damn.
Bobby Donkey and the Rude Bunch. I fucking hate radio. I gotta disagree though. I think I do want to know when, because I feel like if I knew how, it would ruin the rest of my life, and I just have anxiety all the time. Like you said, it's a car accident. I could never be in a car again. I'd be too terrified. But if I knew when, I could make a decision of like how hard do I want to go for the rest of these years.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're probably right.
I got 10 years left. I might as well just fuck around.
It's like, oh shit, it's 3 days. I'm going to do some heroin. See you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Of course you're doing heroin.
All right, maybe you're right. I think you might have swayed me on this one. I'll go with when.
There's no good answer.
Yeah,
There's no
I'll
good
go
answer
with
here.
somebody tell me when I'm gonna die. If you got that information, you can email me at plottytime@gmail.com.
Or if you want to get us quicker on the socials, at Plotty Time on Instagram, Twitter, and Venmo, why not? And let us know how Poppascotch is or Chump Slap's gonna die. Let's hear all your interesting ways.
This is if, by the way, we should preface this that this is if you have psychic abilities. We don't want you to say in 3 days Chump Slap's going to die because I'm going to take care of this. we don't need any of that. But if you want to watch many more episodes with hopefully Chump Slap not dead, you can head on over to YouTube. Like and subscribe there. It really helps us out. And you get to see a nice little logo with a waterfall. Like and subscribe just wherever you got this. That'd be
wherever
great.
you got it. Yeah. Tell your friends. Steal someone's phone. Like and subscribe on there.
Perfect. And that does it for us. So take care. Play some games. Don't trust Dr. Scientist. We'll talk to you next time.
Peace.
Peace.